we will jump right in to US dollar. Pretty quiet week here so far. Post, ECB last week, right, which was pretty much this dollar drop. We did have NFP last week, but really since ECB, it's been pretty much sideways, right? So the big level to pay attention to in US dollar, which if you do follow, which I do recommend following it, it is a good representation of the buck in general. USDOLLAR is going to be the trend line down here at about 12.1. Let's call it 12.140. So really, until we crack that, it's kind of no man's land, right? DXY continues to just look like the biggest top, right? We keep nailing resistance, nailing resistance, nailing resistance. This thing looks like it just wants to fall apart. Again, that's why I'm kind of tracking that US dollar chart so closely. But here we have some more evidence that the buck has indeed put in some sort of a massive top. Okay, so this is from my post from 2 days ago, and this is UUP, and this actually is a follow-up. It's a good time to follow up on. We had a question after last week's webinar. Question was, can you tell us what the graphics and what platform you were using? Is it ETF volume itself? Where can we see these graphs by ourselves? What is UUP? So that is this chart. The graphics here, this is software called TradeStation, and this is ETF volume. The indicators that are coded in here are things that I've come up with, so you're not going to be able to see that. I'm going to get this programmed into TradingView so people can subscribe to it at some point. But I need to learn how to code in Pine Editor myself before I do that. So I don't really feel like paying anyone to code it for me. So I will, let you know whenever that's done. Anyway, yeah, this is UUP, which is the dollar ETF, right? And this was the weekly chart. So I think we probably looked at it last week on a Thursday, and I was noting that we were probably going to get this weekly volume reversal because we looked at it on a Thursday, and by that point it actually already happened. So this is the final results, right? So we did get that big volume reversal. This is what do you call a 2-week volume reversal, or 2-bar volume reversal. In this case, it is a weekly chart, and this is all of the reversals really since inception of that ETF, right? Which obviously does not go back all that far, just to late 2007. And yeah, we have, sell signal, sell signal, sell signal, sell signal. This one would have not worked at all. This one would have been pretty good for a couple of weeks, right? And then the buy signals you can see here. So point being is that most of these signals have been really, really timely. Maybe not immediately, right? Maybe, in the case, like a lot of these tops, we trended sideways or built a base or something, or a top formation before moving that direction. But when you combine this with, this DXY chart, right, the trend line here, the US dollar chart, again, which is right here. And this is why, it's important to kind of follow this chart here, because this is like the trigger for a bigger move to the downside, right? Until then, we could really go sideways and do, kind of whatever, frankly, be really boring market after this reversal off the top. So yeah, just pay attention to that level right there. Okay.